Hello and welcome to our Underwriting Innovation Insight series. The aim of this series is to provide you with the tools you need to determine when and how to implement new digital underwriting solutions in your programs. My name is Jackie Waas and I am the Vice President of Underwriting Research and Development at RGA. Today I had the pleasure of speaking with Carolyn Mcavinn, Director of Underwriting Innovation for MIB. She helped me understand how MIB is working to tackle some of the big questions facing our industry today. Stay tuned to find out how MIB is working to help underwriters successfully use electronic health records in their decisions, and how their tools can be used in upfront risk selection. We also chat about MIB's product line and use cases. You won't want to miss our discussion, and at the end we'll provide you with a list of all the essentials you need to know based off of this very insightful interview. Welcome, Carolyn. Now, Carolyn, your roles have touched production management in both the life and health space. So I'm sure you've heard it all, from the benefits to the challenges of implementing new solutions. Since your focus is really on electronic health records, I thought we could kick it off by talking about the challenges we hear about when implementing electronic health records in the insurance life space. From there's too much data, to there's just not enough of the right type of data, to we just don't know how to interpret what they're saying. As an underwriter yourself, how do you see the recent announcement of MIB's partnership with Digital Owl helping underwriters navigate the use of electronic health records?
Great question, Jackie. And first, thank you for having me. But I love to talk about EHR. It's my favorite subject. The short answer to that is really ease of use, right? How do we make this easier for the underwriters? Because we're hearing that, right? All day long, we're hearing how difficult it is. So why Digital Owl was appealing to us as a partnership is they've been building in the APS space a way for records to be summarized that are conducive to mortality and morbidity assessment, right? So we want to bring that to the EHR space and simplify it for those clients that have taken the steps to introduce EHR into their workflow. So what I love about it is it provides options, it provides summaries, it provides visuals and views for the underwriter to review the record the way they want to. You know, not everybody has to use the visuals, not everybody has to go in to look at key impairments. They can use it how they want. But really what it does is it's going to have a single view regardless of the data source that it originates from. So whether it's Dr. Smith's records or Dr. Jones' records, they're all going to have the same look and feel.
Thank you, Carolyn. I love that ease of use is top of mind when looking at MIB's strategic objectives. Being involved in accelerated underwriting programs, I'm sure you know that increasing straight-through processing is also top of your clients' minds, while remaining mortality neutral. Many are looking at implementing solutions such as MIBs and upfront risk selection. How do you think your products can help underwriters look at cases up front and make the right risk selection?
So I think you need to look at the last 2 years and how we've changed, right? How we're really structured in different verticals to support the digital solution with the acquisition of Paperless Solutions Group and Apexa, what we're doing at time of underwriting with medical data solutions, EHR, and then the real focus on in-force solutions. There's no place in the process that you can't find MIB solutions. We've been doing this for 120 years. We've got something right. I think we do what we do for the members at the lowest possible price.
So let's talk a little more about your product suite. Your product suite offers a wide variety of solutions, from quoting tools such as Evaluate and Evaluate Plus to electronic health records, to providing insights into pending and in-force data through jumbo reports and total line alerts. If I were to run down your product suite from Evaluate and Evaluate Plus, what would you say is your most impactful use case, and what would you say is your most popular use case?
Okay, great question. So if I'm starting with popular for Evaluate, I would say that it is mostly used to gauge rate assessment and premium for agents to determine what carrier to choose, right? Or a product to choose. And on the carrier side, the most popular is really as a quick quote replacement. I think impactful will be as a way to support straight through processing, like we talked about, support automation, support what requirement makes sense next. Because I think the industry will move towards that, like a tiered approach that, okay, if I think this is going to be the assessment, what do I really need for requirements?
Fantastic. What about electronic health records?
The most popular, no question, is APS replacement. I'm going to struggle with answering that impactful because you're making me choose, right? I like to give like a laundry list of 10 other use cases that I want people to think about. So it's like a little Sophie's choice here. I can't choose. I'm going to say that I think the most impactful will be a disclosure tool. And really, really the biggest opportunity is to keep clients in an automated workflow, right? So right now we have tools that leave the underwriter hanging a little bit. And I say, put the EHR right there. It's quick, it's fairly inexpensive, and it's a great way to really have a better customer experience. So the customer then doesn't have to go for a lab or an exam. Keep them in an automated workflow.
And what about those jumbo reports and total line alerts?
Okay, so these are our newest products, in our in-force solutions vertical that we've introduced in the last year. So the jumbo reports were the first product we brought to market just because it was an easier MVP to bring out, right? And right now, the most popular use case is really risk management, right? And making sure that the exposure for companies, it's a good way to gauge exposure. What I think will be most impactful over time will be capacity management. Right now, carriers are calling, several different underwriters seeking out capacity. It's a very manual process. This jumbo report will help automate that. I mean, I remember doing it myself. It could take hours or the better part of a day. And if we have a tool that's in the underwriter's hands, that will be the most impactful use case.
Thanks so much, Carolyn. What a great lineup. I really want to talk more about MIB's electronic health records. If you're up for it, I would love to do a quick lightning round. So, in 15 seconds or less, let's see if you can answer the following questions about EHRs. Ready? All right. Are you bound by FCRA?
Because we do not store or transform the data, we are not bound by FCRA, meaning we do not have to support the dispute disclosure correctability of the data that FCRA requires.
What is the turnaround time to retrieve data?
82% of searches come back within 1 day. Of that 82%, 17% come back within 5 minutes.
Do you have nationwide coverage?
Yes, we do.
Now, this is all going to be about hit rates. How frequently can you identify tobacco use?
Over 50% based on a 100 case sample that I've recently done.
How about blood pressure and build?
Similar, the vitals come in at the same rate.
So Carolyn, we've talked a lot today about where the industry currently is. I like to ask my guests to take a moment to get their crystal ball out and tell me where you think the industry is going in the next 3 to 5 years and how MIB envisions supporting it.
I think that there'll be less dependency on risk scores in the next 3 to 5 years. I think the industry will be using more of the actual data, which MIB is, already introducing new tools and enhancing new tools, some of which we've talked about already. So I think that's one of the major shifts that will happen. I also think EHRs will start being ordered on most cases where the premium can justify that spend, that requirement spend. Like I said previously, it's the only piece of data that has the opportunity to cover multiple categories like labs, medications, why the client was seen. It covers disclosure. So I really think that's how MIB will make it a difference. Also, I think the client will be driving, or the customer will be driving where, when, how we send data to either life insurance carriers. I think they'll be in more control with the information blocking rules. They're going to drive that more. MIB is paying very close attention to that space, in really taking market signals from the members, because some carrier members don't want us interfering with the client. They don't want, interruptions in the workflow. But I think we need to pay attention to that. And finally, I really think that, historically, all the risk assessments been done at point of underwriting. We're going to get more focus, not only at point of sale, which we've talked about, but more after issue, after approval, staying in touch with our clients or customers, keeping them healthy, giving them insights to keep them healthy, giving them information like we're doing in the Infor Solutions platform right now that we've developed. What can we do? That information is just as valuable. And I think it's really going to help us with anticipating lapse, supporting the claims activity, supporting agent behaviors, supporting customer behaviors. Like, when can we predict when somebody's going to lapse a policy? So I think we're just going to see much more data-driven solutions at the whole realm of the life insurance cycle.
I love that. Supporting our clients is really what our industry is all about. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for meeting with us today and sharing your insights on MIB and your solutions. I can't wait to hear what the future holds.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Jackie.